We are here. We did it. We made it to this moment, which is so lovely. Um, I am so grateful that all of you are here with me today. Yeah, there's kind of a funk in the air for myself at least, from different things going on with family and friends and all sorts of things, and it's just so interesting when things kind of feel like they're happening to us and we sort of like disconnect from our experience. It's a very natural thing to do. I think it's a survival technique. I was just listening to a lecture and the Bonnie, the woman, the teacher was talking about like the patterns that we create for ourselves are really there to allow us to survive. You know, like regardless of the patterns are not really like a negative thing, even though they might be negative patterns. But really they're actually there to like protect us and to allow us to survive. So just kind of an interesting thing. And I think inside of that, from like the yogi perspective, how can we sort of be more aware and begin to take a step back and witness this? It's not very easy. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. A lot of times it feels much better to just kind of like withdraw and like let it all happen and then kind of come back to it later. But yeah, that's just kind of like where I'm at in my mind and kind of my thought process right now is like how do we actually witness? And I've been trying to take in a lot of information the last few days, and another teacher I was listening to made this beautiful comment about witnessing requires you to be with. To witness someone means it's like with-ness. To experience with-ness is to witness, and so maybe we perhaps can like work on that with ourselves today through our practice or through our community of being in practice together. Now I'm getting one, which is good. Yeah, so I will kind of leave it at that and we'll just get to it. This is a level 2, so we'll be moving and sweating and all that good stuff. If you want to find a hero's pose, virasana, we'll spend a little bit of time here. We're going to also work with some sort of lymph movement, get some fluid, sort of compress and expand. If you're neither a little sensitive, you can always take that pillow that we found and put it underneath your feet. Just gives a little bit more squishiness there. So with all that being said, you can begin to close your eyes and just begin to drop in. Maybe taking a nice deep breath. Just letting it all go. You begin to experience your body in this moment. Experience yourself. Whether or not we are experiencing our wholeness is always there for us. Yeah, there's all this coordination that allows us to be in this space, in this moment together. Feeling the weight of the pelvis and the lightness of the crown of the head. The soft, supple nature of the breath as it moves the lungs, the belly, gentle space in the back of the heart, soft movement, beautiful coordination. Maybe even reminding ourselves the simple phrase, I am here. I am here. For the Guru mantra for our teachers. and past experiences and all of the light that has brought us to this moment. Mama Gyanantimarandasya Ginanjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Begin deepening the breath. Sort of leaning into the elasticity of the lungs and the breath itself. As you inhale, filling the low belly, the mid belly and the upper chest, expanding, stretching and opening. And exhaling, softening the chest, mid belly, low belly pulls into the spine. As you inhale, the base of the pelvis expands, belly opens, back of the heart opens, crown of the head expands. And exhaling, bones softly return closer to the midline. And continuing this breath, maybe inviting that slight constriction in the back of the throat for our Ujjayi Pranayama. Knowing this breath is here for us. Beautiful breath. Requires very little effort. It actually just, somebody once said, our breath breathes for us. We don't need to breathe. Our breath breathes for us. Perhaps just tuning into that. Do sort of a funky cat-cow to begin waking up the spine. You can leave your eyes closed or gently open. As you inhale, you can rock the pelvis forward, but draw the chin into the chest. A nice compression in the front of the hips and the neck. And as you exhale, curl the spine, but allow the chin to lift high, a sort of concave chest and belly. You inhale, rocking the pelvis forward, chin drops to the chest. And exhale, belly pulls into the spine and chin lifts high. Nice wave-like motion, inhaling to rock the pelvis forward, dropping the chin. And exhale, crown of the head lifts, chin lifts, belly pulls in. And finding your own rhythm here. It might feel a little bit counterintuitive because we're so used to our cat-cows. This is a really good practice to sort of stimulate the movement of the lymph throughout the spine, calling upon our immunity, not only for our physical health, but we can invite it in for our psychic, spiritual, emotional health as well. Another way to invite in protection is to call for it. Invite it from the outside and from within. If you've had enough of this, you can just allow the spine to sort of come back toward neutral. And find a slight rock in the hips. And then settling into stillness once again. Just finding something to see in front of you for a moment, allowing the back of the neck to lift. Things changing already. You can bring the left palm over to the left side of the body and just sweeping the right arm over, we'll lift up the right rib cage and roll the heart up to the sky, taking a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, walking the palms through the center of the mat all the way to the right, and the left arm will eventually sweep high, opening up the left one. Deep breath in, and then exhale, walking the palms past center, curving the spine as you flow through, and then finding this new rhythm as you inhale to open, and then carving, really rounding the spine as you walk through center, and then opening once again. As you inhale and exhale, finding a rhythm that works for you. This should feel quite nice on the low spine as you walk through this sort of beautiful transition of going from low to high. You're opening up as we begin to warm up the body. Find a few more of these. Notice anything that's crunching around in the neck space, the chest. Really calling on that breath and the movement of the internal body, the fluids of the body, to bring us just a little bit more stability and love and all the stuff that we need in these moments. We might feel a little bit less stable. And finishing that left side. Now, as you're ready, and just coming back, pausing in the center here, and then rolling up through the spine. Again, always feels different every time. You can inhale both arms to sweep high this time. And as you exhale, you'll bring the right arm underneath the left, and we'll find a nice eagle bind here to begin opening up the back of the body. Depending on how warm you are, you can either bring the backs of the palms together or bring the palms together. You can also hold on to the left wrist with the right palm, or even the right, hold the left thumb with the right hand, something that works for you. You inhale, we'll begin to lift the elbows a little bit high as you carve the spine backwards. And then exhale, drawing the elbows towards the belly, opening up the back of the heart. Shoulders can pull away from the ears. Inhale to open, lifting the elbows, palms reach away from the face. And exhale, elbows come in toward the belly, really carving, curling, compressing. We'll take about 2 more like this. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep inhale. And exhale, carving the spine forward once again and softly letting go of your grip. And just letting the fingertips come out to the side as you find a nice tall spine once again. Just noticing the sensations running through the fingertips. And then we'll find the other side. So you can inhale the arms high. As you exhale, left arm underneath this time, and find that bind once again. You might notice they feel a little bit different. Sometimes kind of like wiggle into the shape itself. I found this clasp of the wrist can be quite nice if you're ready for that. You can inhale the elbows to lift, palms away from the face. And exhale, elbows into the belly. Just about 3 or 4 like this. Really allowing the breath to guide the movement, the fullness of your experience. The more we practice, the more of our wholeness we can experience. Just about 2 more. Letting it feel yummy, let it feel discomfort. Whatever it is that your body's experiencing, maybe lean into it a little bit more. Releasing the arms as you're ready. Fingertips plug into the earth next to you, a nice long spine. Whew. Yeah, shifting around. And we'll go into our toe opening pose before we get up onto our feet. Just shifting the weight forward, removing any props and tucking the toes behind you. Sometimes I like to lift up my knees even to just really make sure my toes are all tucked. And then finding your way up into your full seat or fingertips on the ground if that feels good. Be wiggling the hips a little bit just to sort of allow things to settle down. And bring the shoulder blades back down the rib cage. Slight tuck in the chin. And just find about 5 breaths here. Yeah. Opening up the feet. Plugging into the earth. This beautiful place of reception and the earth that holds us and allows us to reach higher as we root deeper. And take our last 2 breaths together. You can take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Palms come back down to the earth and just lifting up the feet and just step back in your asana for one last sort of moment here. That sensation of rushing blood back into the toes. So nice. And then shifting the weight into the palms, tucking the toes, bending the hips back to your first down dog. Maybe of this practice, maybe of today, whatever it is, let it be new. You can walk the feet from side to side, finding that sort of openness in the back of the body, building awareness one moment at a time, and eventually finding your stillness. You can inhale to bring the right leg high, opening up the hips to stack the pelvis. And just finding some nice openness in the front of the right hip, maybe up into the front of the spine. Finding some movement if you like. Yeah, we'll get into our hips quite a bit today, so just maybe checking in with them right now, and we'll see how they continue to inform us. You can inhale that right heel high, and as you exhale, stepping inside of the palms, dropping the left knee down into the mat. You can crawl the palms up onto that right knee. We'll just find a nice sort of opening in the left hip, this variation on our crescent lunge here. Yeah, as you notice, this pelvis likes to open. Just seeing if you can kind of begin to correct that as you build more awareness. Drawing the left hip forward, right hip pulls on back. And then leaving the right palm down, you can inhale the left arm to sweep high, opening up the front of the body. Exhale, shoulder blade rolls down the spine, pelvis sinks a little deeper. Inhale. And exhaling fully. One more breath here. So nice. As you are ready, you're going to actually carve that left arm over towards the right. And we're going to bring the left elbow onto the outside of the right knee. And you can see if your fingertips reach all the way down to the mat. They may or they may not. Depends on the length of your arm, how you're feeling. And we're just going to find a slight compression here for a moment and draw the chin into the chest. Just taking 3 breaths here, really pressing into this deeper space of connection between the thigh and the torso. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, maybe the hips sink a little deeper. Deep inhale. Exhaling fully. One more breath here. And as you exhale, walking the palms back to frame that right foot, turning out the right toes. You can bring the right palm to the right knee and just gently open up the hips, sort of allow all of that to just fill with movement and fluid and air, all of that good stuff. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Nice opener for that right outer hip. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Bringing the palms back down onto the mat, stepping back, finding your downward dog once again. Just noticing shifting is happening. You're ready, inhaling the left leg high, opening up the hips to stack the pelvis, finding that deeper opening. What am I experiencing in this hip, in this moment? Inviting that deeper sense of wholeness, deeper experience. On an inhale, lifting that left heel high, and exhale, stepping between the palms, right knee and toes come on down, and crawling the palms up onto that left knee this time. Just finding a deeper awareness of the pelvis, noticing the opening, the closing, whatever it is, whatever you're experiencing right now, just letting the mind be a little bit curious. You can inhale the right arm to sweep high. And exhale to let the hips sink, letting that right shoulder blade wrap around the rib cage as it falls down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath. Letting it go. And this time that right elbow is finding a way towards the left outer knee. We're finding this gentle compression and twist at the beginning of practice to start to get things flowing. Yeah, and find about 3 breaths here. So this is the most comfortable shape. I know. We won't be here for long. Taking a deep breath in, and then letting it go. Hips are soft. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. It's also a nice opening for the right side body. One more inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Palms come back to frame. That left foot, turning the left toes out, left palm on left knee, hips sink down, opening up the front of the body, allowing everything to rush back into that space of compression. It's quite yummy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. One more breath like that, really indulging in the sensation. Your palms come back down to the mat, stepping back, finding your downward dog once again. Just noticing, shifting throughout. You can inhale to roll the body forward to plank, drawing the chin into the chest, and then allowing the crown of the head to extend forward. Just take a few breaths here. We get to know this shape. Yeah, you're all super strong, beautiful, powerful yogis. We love plank so much. Just shifting back and forth on the toes, sort of establishing where your shoulders are, checking in with the pelvis, with the belly, the chest, the back of the neck, the heels, pressing into the earth. We'll take a deep breath in here. Exhale, letting it go, belly button pulls up into the heart space. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly pulls on out. One more breath here. As you exhale, tailbone reaches back, finding your downward facing dog. Walking the feet forward, one step at a time, finding our forward fold. Soft bend in the knees, holding onto opposite elbows, just for a couple of breaths here. Really allowing the spine to fall forward, super soft. Yeah, it's a practice also to go from active to passive, so we can practice that muscle as well throughout. Yeah, super passive, super soft. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting it all go, letting go of the elbows, soft bend in the knees as you roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Making our way towards Tadasana, shoulders come up to the ears, fall down, the rib cage, palms facing forward, Tadasana. Lifting up the toes, spreading them wide, placing them into the earth. Kneecaps lift, tail drops, belly reaches high into the heart space. Super strong. Reminding ourselves, I am here. So often we forget and we allow these experiences to happen to us, but reminding ourselves that we are here to experience this moment. And take a deep inhale through the nose, letting it out through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, sealing the lips, and out through the nose. You can inhale the arms to sweep high, lifting the gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward, creasing at the hips. Knees are soft. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping to the back of the mat. If you're hopping, coming to bent elbows. Lowering down as you exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, heart reaches forward, cobra or up dog, wherever your spine is at. Hips back, down dog as you exhale. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, letting it out. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, stepping or hopping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep high, lifting the gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, palms to the heart. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, arms will sweep high. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. And exhale, stepping or hopping to the back of the mat. As you lower, exhaling, elbows pull into the rib cage. Inhale, heart reaches forward, shoulders fall down the back of the body. And then exhale, hips back down, back. Inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. Inhale, heels lift high. Exhale, bending the knees deeply, stepping or hopping to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms will sweep high. Gaze lifts to the fingertips. Exhale, palms come back to the heart. We'll do that one more time. First, taking a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, folding forward, creasing, creasing, creasing. Inhale, heart lift, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping to the back of the mat. Exhale, folding the elbows, pulling in. Inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhaling the hips back, taking a deep breath in here. Out through the mouth. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, knees bend, stepping or hopping to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, palms to the heart. Just taking a moment, noticing how the body is feeling, how the mind is feeling. Reminding ourselves again and again, I am here. I can feel my body, feeling the toes in the earth, feeling the feet in the earth. The activation of every cell in the body. We'll move into our yummy standing series. You can inhale the arms to sweep high, perhaps the gaze lift slightly. Arms will stay lifted as you press into the balls of the feet, heels begin to lift off. We'll find this nice lift in the heels. See if you can draw the ankles toward one another. You have this nice super long midline, really engaged. Knees, hips are sort of rooting down into the earth as the belly reaches up. Notice if the ankles are super wobbly and just seeing if you can pull them together. And take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, pressing the heels into the earth, toes begin to lift, shifting back, finding your chair pose. You find this shape rooting down through the tail, in and up through the belly. Arms roll toward one another, offering your heart towards something higher than you. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, belly pulls into the spine. Deep inhale. And exhale, palms meet at the heart. Taking another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, twisting toward the right side, left elbow comes outside of the right knee, finding a twisted chair. You can press into the palms, reaching the heart up for the thumb, and then drawing that left hip and knee back to find nice square pelvis. Take 2 breaths here, deep inhale. Exhale, maybe the hips sink a little deeper. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Gaze shifts towards the mat, shifting the weight into the right foot. Left heel begins to reach up for the glutes. Just 1 breath here. Inhale, balancing. And exhale, stepping to the back of the mat, finding a twisted lunge. Yeah, as you find the shape again, notice if you're collapsing into the chest. And once again, pressing into the palms to lift the heart up towards the thumbs. Back of the left knee is super, super light. Left heel lifts away from the earth, opening and expanding. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And staying with me here. You're going to take the right palm and bring it towards, or the back of the hand and bring it towards the left outer hip, right behind you. And then as you inhale, pressing into the earth and finding a nice twisted back bend. So that right arm is going to reach down and away. Left arm reaches out and up, opening up the front of the left body. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out, hips sink a little deeper. 1 more inhale, opening, reaching long. And as you exhale, cartwheeling the palms to the mat, stepping back for your downward dog. You can inhale to roll the body forward to plank. Exhale, lowering down, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And exhaling the hips back, downward dog. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. As you inhale, this time right leg will sweep high. And exhaling, knee comes toward the nose, curling the spine. Inhale, right leg sweeps high. And exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, leg sweeps high. Exhale, knee to left elbow, pausing here. You're gonna spin the left heel down and stepping through, and then bend both knees and take the weight off of your left palm. So you're in this sort of like really buoyant shape for a moment. We're moving into our fallen triangle, but just having this moment with the feet and the right palm. From here, you're gonna press into the earth to lift the hips high and extend the left arm. Yeah, it's a really great way to get into this shape and feel nice and grounded. You can even play between that if you want, it's kind of fun. We'll just take 2 breaths here. Always breathe out the mouth if you're too hot. It's very sweaty in here. 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale, left palm to the mat, stepping back, downward dog. This time as you inhale, right leg will sweep high once again. And exhale, stepping between the palms, left heel comes down to the mat. And inhale to windmill the arms up, finding your warrior 2. And exhale to settle into this shape. Yeah, you guys are all super beautiful, smart yogis, checking in with every part of the body here. Yeah, super intentional practice. I am here, and I am aware of what is happening in my body. Right inner thigh reaching away, feet reaching into the earth, fingertips reaching away, shoulders so soft. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, belly pulls up into the heart space. Deep breath in. Exhaling completely as you inhale, reversing the warrior. And exhale, pressing into the right knee, extending long reverse triangle. Seeing if you can root down through the tailbone to protect the low spine. And then roll up through the heart space. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more inhale. Exhaling fully. You can rotate the right toes in and then just allow the spine to drape forward. Moving through a brief Prasarita Padottanasana. You inhale, finding a halfway lift. And exhale, letting the spine fall forward, but walk the fingertips away from the body so you have a nice long spine. You can bring the right palm over towards the left ankle or heel. So you want to reach underneath that left arm. And then either holding on to that ankle or reaching all the way for the base of the heel. You can begin to bend into the knees slightly and then finding a slight twist. So rather than pulling the body towards the left knee, you can begin to lean back slightly away, even using the left fingertips as a little bit of a leverage here. Nice deep twist, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, falling backward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more inhale. Exhale, letting it go, letting that right palm soften. And just walking the palms all the way to the front of the mat, framing the right foot. Take a nice, generous step towards the center of the mat with the left foot. We'll find a bit of a brief moment in our head to knee pose. We're moving through toward a revolved triangle. So we're doing a lot of compression and twisting today. Really great for digestion, with physical food digestion, but also when we're going through a lot, twisting it can be really powerful. So as you find this shape, notice where your hips are at. A lot of the times we shift back into that left hip by placing the weight in the left foot. So shifting the weight into the right foot, you'll notice the hips sort of automatically come to square. And then from here, you can take the left palm, either tending the fingertips or putting it on the mat. And you have a few options. Yeah, ultimately you want to get all the way across to the outside of the right foot with the palm and then bringing that right arm high. But finding what works for you today, yeah? You don't need to push it too high or too hard. So finding a place to plant the palm or the fingertips and then beginning to twist the spine open. Notice here when you found the shape that you want to be in, if you can again square the hips. So drawing that right hip back, left hip rolling forward, And then the spine twists from the base of the pelvis, yeah? Reaching out through the crown of the head, nice long neck, and then opening up the heart towards the sky. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, reaching away. Exhale, twisting. It's almost like you're squeezing something between your upper thighs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And exhale, right palm comes down onto the mat, shifting the weight into the right foot. You can slide the left foot behind the right and just leaning into that left outer hip with a nice stretch on the IT band here. So the right knee is nice and soft. There's really barely any weight on that right foot. And then seeing if you can let the neck go, letting the body hang, letting the body begin to cool off for a moment. I hope you guys are sweating as much as I am. I'm telling Pooja I got my air conditioning fixed, and then I was like, oh, it's too cold, I should turn it off, and now I'm skipping. It's for the best. Yeah, I'm taking 1 more deep breath in here. Exhale, letting something go. Now shifting the weight back into the right foot, finding yourself back in your feet hip width apart here. You can have a slight bend in the knees, and then just see if you can roll up nice and slow through the spine. Finding our Tadasana once again, shoulders come up toward the ears and fall down the back of the body. It's like nothing happened. Just kidding. You can shift the weight into the right foot. You'll bring the left, shift the weight into the left foot, right knee comes up into the chest. And finding a moment here, almost like a sling for that right knee, so that you can begin to root into that left foot and square out the pelvis. Yeah, rather than lifting the right hip high, seeing if you can actually plant it into the earth, like you had another leg down there reaching down. From here, keeping some nice compression in that right hip, you can either hold on to the knee with the left hand, or you can reach all the way down for the outer edge of the right foot. And we're gonna find a little bit of a twist here. So seeing what works for you. If your knee wants to go out to the side, hold on to the knee for now. And then reaching the right arm all the way to the back of the room. You can begin to find a place to rest your eyes as you find a twist. Yeah, knowing if you use the sort of tension between the left hand and the right leg, wherever you're holding on to it, can actually help you balance. You really engage in that pressure, that nice push and pull. The eyes really help here as well. We'll take 2 more breaths. I lied, let's do 3 more from now. We'll do 3 together. Deep inhale. Exhale, pressing into that left foot. Shaking is okay, falling is okay. Deep inhale. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. 1 more inhale. And exhaling completely. Coming back towards center, we're moving nice and slow. With control, we'll bend that knee back into the chest. Whew. Yeah, it's good to feel the body working. And slowly letting go of that, keeping the heel attached to the glute. We'll reach behind and just do a nice quad stretch here. You know, we just did so much compression in that right hip crease. Just opening it up and allowing for a nice flow of energy, of fluid. Wow, it's so hot in here. That's good. Like a sauna. We're having at-home hot yoga today. Just letting go of that. Again, nice and slow. Try not to slingshot it like I just did. And then slide that right foot behind the left for a nice cross here. You can inhale the arms to sweep high. And then exhale, folding the body forward, creasing at the hips, another cross-legged forward fold here. And then bending both knees this time. Seeing if you can get that left or right knee into the left pit. And then just giving a little bit of compression here. I'm all about compression today. Having a moment with the lymph. As you press that right knee into the left, you can kind of use that left foot as an anchor to give a little bit of resistance. Kind of feels nice on the calf muscle as well. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, letting it go, shifting the weight into the left foot, finding the feet about hip width apart once again. And just shifting the weight side to side, like you're wagging your tail. You can bend the knees if you like. Just something that feels good. And coming through center, you can inhale for halfway lift. And exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping back to your plank, taking a deep breath in. And exhale, lowering down, elbows into the ribs. Heart reaches forward as you inhale. And exhaling the hips back, downward dog. Deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Inhale, heels lift high. And exhale, bending the knees deeply, stepping or hopping between the palms. And inhale, the arms to sweep high. And exhale, palms come into the heart. Awesome. You guys ready for the left side? Yeah. Awesome. I love a thumbs up. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Letting it out through the mouth. Deep breath in. I am here. Out through the mouth. I am here. Inhale, arms sweep high, perhaps lifting the gaze, pressing into the balls of the feet. Heels lift off of the mat. Ankles reach together. Finding just a couple of breaths here in this balance. How easy can I make it? Yeah, that's another good question. Sometimes it's just going to be hard no matter what. And that's okay too. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pressing the heels into the mat, toes begin to lift, hips sink back, finding that chair once again. Inhale, belly reaches up into the heart, tail reaches down. Exhale, shoulders soften, hips lower a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhaling completely, palms come into the heart space. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling completely, this time right elbow comes outside of the left knee. Finding that twisted chair once again. So pressing into the palms and then making sure that your knees aren't doing anything funky. Yeah, so just giving a little look down, seeing how precise can I get with each shape. Yeah, it's like as we get more and more aware of our bodies, it becomes almost like a game. Yeah, we know what's going on. We just keep practicing. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Exhaling completely, shifting the gaze down into the mat. Shifting the weight into the left foot this time. Inhaling the right heel to the glute. And then exhale to step it all the way back to twisted high lunge. Finding that shape once again, noticing if you've collapsed into that right shoulder. And then really shifting and pressing, twisting, twisting, twisting. So active, right back of the knee, super inflated, right heel so active, shoulders reaching away from the ears. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. As you are ready, that left back of the hand this time comes to the outer right hip. And then you can inhale the right arm to reach high, finding this beautiful arc of the front of the body. Yeah, inhaling to reach and press into the earth. And then exhaling to let the hips sink a little bit deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, palms find the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale to roll forward to plank. Exhale, lowering the body down. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And exhaling the hips back down, dog. You can inhale deeply through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do another like that. Inhale, out through the mouth. This time inhaling the left heel high. And exhale, the knee comes to the nose, carving the spine through the space. Inhale, left heel lift high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, leg lift high. And exhale, knee to right elbow, pausing here. right heel comes down, extending that left leg through the gap, and then dropping the hips for a moment, yeah? Finding that sort of like fun space. It's like you could kind of do anything from this shape. Yeah, you're like ready to pounce on something. And then from the feet, that's where you're pressing into to extend the legs and lift the hips high, and right arm reaches high. Yeah, if you want to go back and forth a couple times, check it out. I encourage you to do so. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. And then placing that right palm back down into the earth, stepping back for your down dog. Inhaling, left leg to sweep high. And exhale, stepping between the palms. Right heel comes down to the mat. Inhale, warrior two. Feels so nice to sweat. Again, hope y'all don't have your air conditioning on. This is a good experience. Yeah, inhaling to reach the fingertips so far away. You exhale, reaching into the earth with the feet, finding that nice open shape in the pelvis, shoulders soft. Soft gaze over that left middle finger. You take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, belly pulls into the heart space. Deep breath in. Deep exhale as you inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, left knee bends a little deeper. Deep breath in. Exhale, pressing into that left foot, extending long, reversing your triangle. Again, rooting in through the base of the pelvis to protect the low spine, opening up the front of the heart. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath here. Letting it go. Turning the left toes in and letting the spine drape forward. Finding a halfway lift as you inhale. And as you exhale, crawling the fingertips forward, letting the spine be nice and long. You can reach underneath the right side body for the left ankle or heel. Right ankle or heel with left palm. Here we go. And then as you find a slight bend in the knees, you can begin to fall back with the heart. Twisting underneath that right arm. I'll just take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale, opening up the body. Exhale, softening the bones. Deep breath in. Exhale fully. One more breath here. As you exhale, letting go of that grip and then slowly walking the palms over to frame that left foot this time. Stepping the right foot about halfway into the mat. Just finding the hips once again here, noticing where your weight is distributed and seeing if you can shift into that left foot to really call the pelvis to a more square shape. Finding where you want to place that right palm for your revolved triangle. And then eventually beginning to open up the heart towards the left fingertips lift high, gaze lift high, and then checking in over and over with the pelvis. Yeah, it's almost like you're squeezing something with your upper thighs, and then rolling the heart open, taking 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully, one more breath. And exhale, left palm comes down towards the mat, shifting your weight into the left foot, crossing the right foot behind the left. And then just a soft left knee to get a nice stretch in the outer hip and thigh of that right leg. Let's take a few breaths here. My shins are sweating. That's a good sign. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. One more breath. Exhaling to let it go. Shifting back into your forward fold here, planting through the feet, soft bend in the knees, and slowly rolling up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Asana once again. So strong. Shift the weight into the right foot this time as we find this nice balanced twist. You can draw the left knee into the chest, Get a nice swing, rooting into the left sit bone, pressing into the right foot, so stable. Yeah, and then finding the shape that you want. Maybe it is grabbing the outer edge of that left foot, or it's holding onto the outer edge of the left knee with the right hand. Whatever it is, just seeing if you can keep some compression in that inner left hip, left arm reaches back. And then eventually the gaze will begin to travel backwards. I find the eyes to be really important here, anchoring them to allow the rest of the body to find stability. Yeah, taking 3 more breaths here. Taking a deep inhale. Exhaling completely. Deepest breath in through the nose. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. 1 more deep, deep breath. And exhale, beginning to return to center. Really nice, controlled. If you fall, it's totally the best. I love it. Yeah, no shame in falling over. If you find yourself back to center, gently letting go of the clasp of the fingertips and drawing that left heel into the glute, finding your quad stretch here. So holding onto that left foot with 1 or both hands, and then rooting into the base of the pelvis to open the front of the body. I am here. I forgot for a moment. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Letting it go. Letting that foot go with control. Letting it down behind the right foot. You can inhale the arms to sweep high. Then exhale, folding the body forward. Finding that little compression in the back of the right knee. You'll anchor the right toes down, and then bending both knees so that the left knee sort of pushes into the back of the right. Let's take 3 breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhaling completely. Deepest breath. Exhale, letting it go. 1 more inhale. Exhaling fully. Very good. Inhale to bring both feet back together. And then exhale to just let the spine drape long. And inhale for a halfway lift. Then exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping back. You're welcome to move through 1 last flow, or just find yourself in a child's pose. Yeah, that was a lot of work. So finding a place to be. And we'll all meet in child's pose for a few breaths. Now I wipe off all of my sweat. Finding your breath once again. Sort of interesting, these moments of stillness. We're able to sort of come to a quiet space. It's a great place to check in and sort of remind ourselves that we are capable of so much. Yeah, you've just done so much, and yet now you are here and you are still. So beautiful. So strong. And from here, just walking the palms back up to your feet, passing through briefly this asana. We've been here so much. It's almost like a distant memory. You can shift off to one side. Just draw the feet out in front of you. Just do a pretty brief hip opener. We just have been opening up the hips quite a lot, actually. You'll bend the left knee and place the right ankle over the left knee. And then just walking the fingers close to you. Let's find a nice rock in the knees here. Sort of seated, mobile pigeon. You're welcome to find a place to pause. Just send your breath into that right hip, yeah? Again, we've just done a lot. So perhaps you're feeling quite open. Perhaps you want to scooch a little closer. You could even scooch the hips closer to that left heel. And just finding about 3 or 4 more breaths here. Feels quite nice. And these moments closer to the end of class can be so kind of sweet and reflective. And just honoring the body and all of its capabilities. And if you're ready, just kind of gently pawing the palms a little farther away, extending that leg out in front of you, and just giving it a nice sort of shake back and forth here, allowing for some jostling in the inner hip crease. Once again, we've done a lot there, so just sort of shaking that guy out and then letting it pause. Plugging that right foot into the earth. And we'll find the same thing on the other side. So crossing the left ankle over this time. I notice, I mean, you can get as nerdy about the body as you want to, I suppose. But it's so interesting as you press into the palms, you know, like the heart reaches forward, the pelvis sort of rocks back, and it just brings you into this quite stable shape. Yeah, it's pretty intense on that left hip. Maybe one side is different from the other. Just finding a little bit of movement in there. Give it a chance to begin to loosen up. Let's take a couple more breaths. I am here. All of these different moments, so much shifting. And I'm still here in each moment. I'll do my best to remember that. Pawing the palms away from the hips, extending that left leg long in front of you. Just giving it a nice, gentle jostle. And letting that movement go. Extending yourself back up in your seat. If you found a pillow, we'll just be moving into our plow or our shoulder stand for our last shake before we go into our shavasana. If you don't have a pillow, it's also okay. This is just to relieve some pressure on the neck. So placing it about, depends what you have behind you. I have some plants here, so I'm scooching a little bit farther this way. But you want to have the tops of your shoulders at the edge of the mat or the pillow so that the head comes off of the pillow. And then you'll place the palms next to the body like you would for going into any other plow. And then from here, you can extend the heels high, and you'll notice a slight arch in the back because of the pillow. And so you might need a little bit more momentum to get yourself over, but with as much control as possible, and send the feet back behind the head, holding some nice engagement in the back of the spine, reaching up through the sit bones towards the ceiling. Yeah, so don't collapse into the spine, but rather reach it long, pressing the palms into the earth, and then placing the palms against the back, the low spine. From here, you can take one leg high and then the other. And you'll notice with the pillow underneath the shoulders, it almost feels like you might be falling backward, but it can also feel much more easeful. Yeah, it's almost like the spine is floating above you. You can let the legs be nice and soft. I'm gonna come check you guys out. So beautiful. We'll just take 3 or so more breaths here. Yeah, beautiful. Any variations in the legs that feel good? Maybe seeing if you can let go of some of the tension in the muscles of the legs. You know, once the body is stacked, it can be quite effortless to remain in this shape. And as you're ready, you can bring the feet back behind you, slowing them down, the toes down, bringing the palms away from the spine onto the mat, using them as brakes, rolling down the spine slowly with control, bending the knees and placing them into the mat. You can go right ahead here into a counter stretch of the spine and just pressing gently into the feet. Nothing too wild, just lifting the hips for a slight bridge. And allowing the heart to reach up towards the crown of the head. It's a little bit funny with the pillow beneath you, but it's a nice engagement for the legs, sort of coaxing the heart to open. And from here, just allowing the hips to come back down. You can leave the pillow underneath you if you like. I kind of like it, so you can move it if that makes you feel good. Bring the knees into the chest and rocking side to side. My pillow is also quite deflated, maybe that's why. Whatever you guys need. And finding any last kind of little wiggles and shapes that you might need for your practice to feel complete before you extend the legs long in front of you. If you still have this pillow under your shoulders, it's actually quite nice for slight heart opener for your Shavasana. If you're choosing to stay here, I suggest that you bring the arms above the head. But finding what works for you. Yeah, a sweet space of rest. Disclaimer is that it is 5:01. I would love for you all to stay with me for just a couple minutes of rest together. It's a great way to end the practice, to allow the body to sort of actively let go and integrate. As you find this space, seeing if you can allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth and let go of any tension in the palms. Notice this residual vibration of the body and the movement of the fluid throughout our system. These beautiful rhythms working together, this inherent coordination. It requires little to no effort. I simply let go and remind myself that I am here. I am experiencing my wholeness right now. I am here. Shavasana. Resting for as long as you need. And as you are ready, just drawing a deeper breath all the way into the base of the pelvis. Experiencing that beautiful, luscious space you've opened up within your own body. And draw some movement into the fingers, toes, gently waking up the ankles and the wrists, reaching the arms overhead, feeling that nice yummy stretch, making your way to one side, pausing there for a moment, allowing the bones to be soft, and pressing yourself up into your closing seat. And the eyes stay soft or closed, and bring the palms to a space that feels right for you. Maybe that's on the body, in prayer. Same sort of similar shape that we began our practice in, yet feels so different in this moment. I am still here. Yeah, we remind ourselves over and over again, I am here. And I am experiencing my wholeness right now. Honoring whatever that is for you in this moment. Honoring this beautiful practice, shared community space of going within. Honoring all that has come before us, all that is yet to come, and all that is with us in each and every moment. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.